Hello everyone, and welcome to part 1 of the TRU Study Abroad information session. Today we will discuss mobility opportunities, benefits of studying abroad, and important considerations.
Smoking is strictly prohibited.
My name is Jordy. I'm a study abroad ambassador, and today I am joined by Taylor, who is also an ambassador. I studied abroad in France. Taylor studied in Perth, Australia. So Taylor and I did a student exchange, but today we'll be speaking about a bunch of different ways to go abroad, and we will get into more detail in the following slides.
Hi everyone, as Jordy said, my name is Taylor. Today I'm going to be talking about a few of the different mobility opportunities you have as a TRU student. So the first one is student exchange. This is the one that you may typically think of when you think of study abroad. So a student exchange is when you live and study in another country for 1 or 2 semesters.
You pay your regular tuition to TRU. If you're a domestic TRU student, you pay your regular domestic fees. If you are an international TRU student, you pay your international fees. What you're not paying is the host school's international fees.
You earn credits towards your TRU degree, and you have the opportunity to learn about new cultures and meet new people. On the other hand, TRU also offers short-term summer programs. The short-term summer programs last 3 to 6 weeks and typically run in the months of May, June, and July. These programs transfer back as 1 or 2 courses at TRU.
Field schools are TRU credit courses that are offered by faculty members. They're anywhere from 2 to 6 weeks and are usually 3 or 6 credits. They often are ran during reading break or summer semesters, so this is a great way to go on vacation while also doing school. Field schools are also an opportunity to earn credits towards TRU's Global Competency Certificate. As for practicums, internships, or co-ops abroad, these are also faculty-led courses that are initiated by students and tailored to your interests and your specific needs. If you are interested in doing a co-op term abroad, you have to be a co-op student, and you are responsible for finding your own work term. For field schools or these other mobility opportunities, it's best to speak with your program advisor for more details. And if you are searching for a field school or a short-term study abroad, go to tru.ca/study abroad, and here you can see you can choose your program type.
So there are numerous benefits to studying abroad, benefits that can't be encapsulated in a one slide of a PowerPoint presentation, but I'm going to be going over what we think are some of the main benefits of studying abroad. So the first one is that studying abroad through TRU is non-competitive. So this means that it's open to everyone, domestic and international students. The minimum GPA is 2.5 for bilateral, which is very reasonable. Another benefit is employability. International experience on your resume can unlock future career opportunities and may even help you get into grad school, med school, or whatever you hope your future will hold. When you study abroad, you also experience a tremendous amount of personal growth. You get to meet people from all over the world while gaining independence and life skills. I know this is something that was the highlight of my study abroad. It is also very affordable to study abroad through TRU. So as I previously mentioned, when you study abroad at TRU, you do not pay international tuition. Instead, you pay what you would normally pay at TRU.
So just to clarify, all students pay their regular TRU tuition. So if you are a domestic student, you pay your regular domestic tuition to TRU, and if you're a TRU international student, you pay your regular international student fees to TRU.
It's also a wonderful opportunity to expand your academics. You can earn credits towards your degree in another country and take unique courses not offered back at home. So this is something I took advantage of while abroad, and these courses now look really cool and interesting on my transcript.
Here are some very important considerations before you go abroad. So first of all, study abroad is pass or fail. What that means is on your TRU transcript, there will only be a pass or fail rather than a letter grade. So studying abroad does not affect your GPA, which is very helpful when you're going through culture shock and trying to adjust. It is really important to note that pass or fail is determined by your host countries or your host school's definition of a pass or fail. So in some places, 51% could be a failing grade. Most of our programs have courses taught in English, but you can expand this if you'd like. So for me, I was in France and I was interested in taking courses in French. So before I went abroad, I took a language proficiency test at TRU, and then I was able to take courses in French and English. Semester dates do differ depending on where you are in the world. I like to use Australia to illustrate this. Right now, they are going into winter and we're in summer. So if you wanted to study abroad in the fall and be back for your winter semester, just be aware that you don't come home months into the winter semester. You want to make sure those semester dates align. If you're studying abroad for a semester or two, you can either do these consecutively. So what I did is I just went to France for 2 semesters in a row. But if you wanted, you could go to Italy for a semester in your second year and then go to France for a semester in your third year. You don't have to have past travel experience to go abroad. This is a great time to utilize our field schools if you are more comfortable traveling in a group. But if you want to brave it by yourself, we have lots of resources and supports to make sure that you're comfortable and safe. Also, studying abroad is a great time to use your electives, so you can study outside of your program area. We'll get more into detail about electives more in the next slides.
So I'm going to talk about 2 of your options for semester exchanges at TRU. There are 2 different programs that you can pick to study abroad through. They are bilateral and ISEP. I'm going to talk about bilateral first, as this is the one that I studied abroad through. The bilateral program is a series of one-to-one agreements that TRU makes with a host university somewhere else in the world. There are nearly 70 bilateral partners to choose from, and this option works out so that you are responsible for paying for your housing, meal plan, and insurance. But don't let this fool you. Your host university will help you, and you also have a series of supports from TRU to help you navigate all of these things. So ISEP is a third-party organization that TRU is a part of that gives you a few more options for schools. In fact, there are over 300 international universities you can study at. So this option works out as that you are paying ISEP 3 flat fees, and they plan the details for you. So you can kind of think as ISEP being the all-inclusive of studying abroad, but there are definitely pros and cons to each option, and you'll want to choose for yourself which one will be best for you.
Once you are ready for your application, you need to have made a decision between bilateral or ISEP. So once you've chose, if you choose bilateral, you need to pick your top 2 schools for your application and 1 course proposal for your top choice school. If you've chosen ISEP, you want to choose your top 3 schools and have a proposal also for your top choice school. This is a course proposal. Because ISEP is a third-party organization, the placements are more competitive. So when you're on the ISEP website, you should always observe the chances of placement. At the end, I will show a video that illustrates this, so you're not confused. But you want to make your top choice school the one that has the least likely chance of placement. And then your following 2 options must have better chances. And this is just to ensure that you do get accepted into one of the schools. And some other important considerations, again, you have to choose either bilateral or ISEP and be aware of deadline dates because they do differ between the 2. But in the end, if you're flexible, something's going to work out for you and you'll have a fun time abroad no matter what. I now encourage you to watch part 2 of the information session and keep up to date with us on our Instagram and Facebook page.